On behalf of UNIDAD, we are so excited you chose to join us today. Last year, our event took place in April, and while November crept up quickly, I think it is excellent timing as we head into the holiday season and pause to give thanks for those blessings in our lives. UNIDAD and its members are blessings to me. Watching these young people gain confidence, leadership skills, and learn how to accomplish goals through hard work is a gift that keeps on giving. I want to give a special thanks to my co-advisor, Ms. Lorena Torres, our co-coordinators for today's seniors, Ruki Herrera and Nayeli Adelana, and the diversity committee who stayed after school many hours to finish every detail. As we look through the program, you will notice many incredible presenters today. We thank you all for being here and for continuing to share the message that diversity is an asset and should be celebrated. I have been fortunate to be on the cultural proficiency team here and with the district, and I want to commend the teachers and administration for the work that they are doing to ensure that our whole community finds their voice and a sense of belonging. The work we are doing is very exciting, and I encourage all of you to find ways to get involved in our community. We have representatives from the ACLU, NAACP, Laurel House, and Victim Services here today at the information tables, so please stop by and speak to them. Finally, you will notice in the program we have extremely generous local sponsors who without their support today would not be possible. One new partnership that I would like to make special mention of is Suez Water Technologies based out of Trevose, Pennsylvania. They have a Hispanic forum, and they picked us as their first group to work with at the high school level. If I may brag for a moment about UNIDAD, we were approached by Mr. Fernandez regarding a potential partnership with UNIDAD and their corporate forum at Suez recently. When we met, he told me that their group wanted to work with high school students, but I had no idea how he found our high school. Mr. Bolanos shared with us that his group started with 80 high schools in the area, and after doing a lot of research, they concluded that Norristown High School's UNIDAD program was the strongest and most active group of those 80 schools. So to my UNIDAD members, we could not be more proud of the work that you do, who you are, and why you are here. I know we will have an incredible day today because of your efforts. With that said, I would like to introduce you our co-presidents, Carla Ramirez and Eddie Reyes.
Good morning and welcome to Diversity Day. My name is Carla Ramirez and I am UNIDAD's co-president along with Eddie Reyes. UNIDAD is a Latino leadership club at the high school and focuses on helping empower the Latin community, not only at the high school, but also in the greater Norristown community. Our mission is to help others while creating leadership opportunities for Latinos as well as any minority group looking to have a voice in our society. UNIDAD originally was created to give Latino students a space at the high school. Now, years later, with approximately 60 members, we are bringing all different types of people together for one event. In order to achieve the success we needed many supports. Our administration has been terrific helping and participating in our events and embassies. It is with great pleasure I introduce Mr. Roth.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I say often that it is a privilege to be the principal of this great high school, and I say that because it is true, and on a day like today, that is especially true. There are some things in life that I think we take for granted, and sometimes it takes experience and age to realize that what may seem normal to you now is is not all that normal, it's special. And so when you think about a lot of the things that are happening here today, you think about the great leadership that we have from UNIDAD and from other student groups that are represented here today. You think about the great teacher leaders that you have here, especially Ms. Shaheen and Ms. Torres, who this day doesn't happen without them. And you think about diversity, which in a school like ours seems like such a given, but it's not always a given. And celebrating diversity is something that we always have to work at, especially in this day and age. So I thank you for being here, because what you are doing here today, looking at our past, planning our future, doing it together, raising awareness, all of these things make sure that your younger siblings who might be in second, third grade, they're going to come to a better school. And you guys, as you leave here and go off to college, the workplace, the military, you name it, you're going to go off to a better world. Don't forget the lessons that you learned here today, and don't forget that everything here today is not a given. It's special. And unless we keep working at it, those things that we take for a given can disappear. And so keep at it. Keep at this great work. Thank you for being awesome, because that's why I always say it is a privilege to be your principal. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to two students who it is a privilege to work with them. I'm going to hand it over to Ruby and Naila.
Hi everyone. Hi. So my name is Ruby, and so we are seniors at Norristown, and we are members of UNIDAD, and we are also the co-coordinators of Diversity Day, and we're happy to see that you are all here today.
So, diversity to me means being able to learn from others who don't have the same background as us, whether that be religion, color, or age, or whatever. And I'm very happy to see that all of you are here today, because it really shows that how diverse we all are.
So Diversity Day, to me, it's a day in which we can embrace our differences and learn about other cultures. It's a day in which we can stand loud and proud of our differences and just walk away from the ignorance of other people, or ourselves as well. It's also a day in which we can unite together and celebrate. Also, I am very proud and happy to be part of this event, because it doesn't just represent just a normal event in Norristown. It also is an event in which people can reference us to, because Norristown is exactly known for great things, but we do have our great qualities, and we do have our great events, and we have our great students, our great students, and it's not known as much as the bad stuff. And I think events like these definitely grow our reputation in a good way, and let people know that Norristown is not just a bad place, it's a great place to be part of, because events like this in which we can learn about others and not be afraid to do. So as of now, I am proud and thankful that we have such a wonderful keynote speaker today, and his name is Mr. Fernandez. So I'm very proud. I'm very proud and thankful that we have you here, and thankful that you came to our school. And so now, no further ado, he's going to come up and speak. Sorry, I forgot one important thing. So Mr. Fernandez was born and raised in North Philadelphia and graduated from Edison High School. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in health and physical education from Westchester in 1983. He also earned his master's degree in bilingual and bicultural studies from LaSalle University, and his principal certification from Penn State in Great Valley.
He is dedicated to making a positive difference in the lives of young people, and organizes an annual conference at the current high school to focus on diversity, multicultural awareness, and the importance of having young people further their overall potential with their education and future.
So he also regularly exercises and enjoys playing sports. He is a former Philadelphia High School wrestling and public league champion and 3 times college boxing champion and and first place finisher in PA.
Powerlifting championship. He is still active in playing softball, basketball, and weightlifting exercise. Mr. Fernandez has many experiences in working with young people for various positions as a juvenile detention officer, drug and alcohol counselor, alternative education teacher, health, PE, and Spanish instructor, varsity soccer coach, and presently as a high school vice principal at the Kennett High School in Kennett Square, PA. He and his wife have 3 children. Ray III, who graduated from Kutztown University and is currently a member of the Army in San Antonio, Texas. Joshua, who graduated from Westchester University, and Brianna, who is a senior at Westchester East High School in Westchester. They are also proud grandparents of 2-year-old Noel Grace Fernandez.
So without further ado, it is our pleasure to present Mr. Fernandez.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good. That's what I want to make sure, that you guys are excited and ready to go with this wonderful day. I'd like to start out by first thanking Ms. Jen Shaheen, Lorena Torres, as well as Principal Ed Roth, and also Nayeli Atilano and Ruby Herrera, as well as I think it's Carla and Eddie, who are the presidents of UNIDAD, as well as the UNIDAD Leadership Club, for inviting me to be the keynote speaker here this morning. I really, really feel honored, special. I think that this is a really, really important event and something that is that should take place in more schools, and unfortunately it doesn't. I also want to add that the UNIDAD Club, very, very impressed with your leadership skills, the way that you took it upon yourself to prepare this morning. Trust me, this is not something that is easy to do. I do it at our high school with our students, and it takes a lot of work. But when you go out there the way that you do and you extend yourself and you provide your own personal time to make a difference, such as what you're doing this morning, that is truly, truly special, and it indicates that you have that significant leadership skill. That is something that we don't often see, and I do want to commend you for that, because without that, this morning would not be taking place. I always say that when you provide service to others, you get to see what you're truly made of and what you're capable of doing as an individual. And it feels great. I really believe that it feels great to make a difference and to impact others. There's a statement that says that our students, our young people, are going to a place, that place is called the future. How they get there depends on all of us, especially us adults. So I like to say to the adults here at Norristown High School, the way that you're guiding and leading your young people to the future, and even now in the present tense, it's amazing. You guys are making a tremendous, tremendous impact. Secondly, I like to add to the introduction about myself, my parents. My parents came here in the mid-50s. I was born in the late 1959. And there's 5 of us, my brothers and sisters, and my parents always inspired us.
How's this?
3 important things. One is to be good, make good choices. They always say in Spanish, pórtate bien, which means be good. Secondly is to take advantage of your education. Your education is your lifeline to being successful in the future. And thirdly, take advantage of your opportunities. Any opportunities that come your way, take advantage, because those opportunities are going to allow you to meet your fullest potential as well. So I'm saying that to you because obviously it worked for me, especially the young people here, so that you can take that message with you and also allow that to inspire you and to allow you to reach your potential and your success as well. Okay, so this morning as we talk about celebrating our differences, our similarities, and we talk about diversity and all of these important things that obviously makes us who we are and allows us to learn about each other, I think it's also important to look at the harsh realities of what exists in our society and also in our country. Certainly it's important to celebrate who we are, but at the same time there are some serious things taking place in our society, in our country, that challenges who we are, that challenges our diversity, that challenges when we try to become unified, when we try to become a civilization. So the message that I have for you this morning kind of gears towards that. So I'd like to begin by stating that when we talk about diversity, awareness, and understanding multiculturalism, the first area where we need to start is to look at where our current world is, as well as our society, and begin to think of how we can make it better. That's important. Whether from a political sense, race relations, equality, discrimination, and from so many other perspectives, we need to take a moment to reflect upon where are we currently in our world and society, and what can we do to make our world more prosperous, understanding, compassionate, committed to making life better for every single human being on our planet. Being here today with the theme, United, unifying, unity, bringing people together, loud, being an advocate for yourself, having your voice heard, proud, having that confidence, and feeling that you are also important is a step in the right direction for each and every one of you here this morning. At our annual Kennet High School Multicultural Diversity Awareness Conference, our theme has always been understanding our cultural differences to discover our cultural similarities. What does this mean? This is a very powerful statement. Understanding our cultural differences to discover our cultural similarities. What this means is that we are all very similar as people, as human beings, regardless of where we come from and regardless of what different religions, sexual orientation, experiences, culture, holidays we celebrate, race or ethnic background we are. We all want to have respect, acceptance, opportunities, prosperity, and success in our lives. How we go about pursuing these can be different, depending on who we are and where we come from. Our approach, worldview, communication, behavior patterns may be different. However, when we have a better understanding as to why people from different backgrounds do things the way that they do and pursue the same attributes of success that we all want to achieve, this can help to eliminate some of the ignorance, prejudice, discrimination, and judgment that quite often takes place, and we can then allow ourselves to have a better understanding as well as a greater appreciation for the differences that exist in our society as well as our world. There are so many tragic situations that are taking place in our society today as well as in our world simply because people do not take the time to embrace each other and to learn about each other. Just last month in a Pittsburgh synagogue, 11 Jewish worshipers were murdered in an anti-Semitism hate crime. Racially motivated hate crimes, physical attacks, and vandalism has been at an all-time high in our country. According to a recent FBI report, hate crime is on the rise. In 2016, 6,063 hate crimes were committed. Just last year, 2017, we had an increase of 17%, 7,106. And as of yet, the 2018 report has not been reported. We see many incidents that are taking place. Just recently, a group of students from Wisconsin visiting Washington displayed the Nazi salute in a photo that went pretty viral, and it created a lot of controversy. A young man who missed a bus went to a neighborhood to ask for directions, and as soon as he went to the door, he was being chased by a man who had a rifle and then shot at him. Luckily, the young man ran away, just to ask for directions. Just recently, in the middle of this week, a professor at a San Antonio University called the police on an African-American young lady simply because she had her foot on the front chair in the classroom. And we hear about so many, many stories of African-American unarmed young men being shot by police. Why? Why does this have to happen in our United States of America? It seems as though we are living in a divided state of America. Our society needs to take the attitude and position of valuing all human lives. Instead, we continue to see constant news reports about hate crimes and racial discrimination. Certainly there are so many of us, like all of you who are here today, whose lives are touched by what I call making a difference. And to do whatever you can to promote diversity awareness, compassion, and understanding. You are definitely dedicated to making our world a better place. And your presence here this morning demonstrates that, or else you would not be here today, dedicating this Saturday morning to a special event such as this that addresses so many concerns that we have in our society. Clearly, I also understand that there will always be differences, that we can't always agree. That is understandable, because there will always exist our very own preference about anything and perhaps everything. But the bottom line is this. When it comes to differences, you may disagree with how others do things in their culture, and that may be okay. However, just don't disrespect them. Allow them the dignity to live and have the same opportunities that you feel that you also deserve. Therein lies the difference, to respect others regardless of their background, cultural ethnicity, race, or differences. This can be difficult because people have a tendency to be more concerned about their own personal wants, needs, and preferences. But we also have to be able to embrace others and treat others in the same manner that we would want to be treated. Quite often we say that we are in this world together as a people and as a civilization, but we may see that we may be alone with our own groups as opposed to having all groups come together to be together. We should have building blocks in our relationships instead of stumbling blocks. People become more educated and advanced in their experiences of life when they meet and make acquaintances with people from other cultures and backgrounds. In today's societal and political climate, again, it seems as though people have a tendency to stay apart instead of coming together. We have witnessed the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, and so many other initiatives to justifiably address what I consider the many civilization relationship problems that we still face in our nation. Obviously, having a president, and I'm not trying to take a political position here, but this is just my own personal opinion, but having a president who claims to be a nationalist doesn't help, who encourages division, hate, doesn't support immigration, and who looks at some of our most hard-working people as criminals and rapists and terrorists, and whose own political agenda never seems to include embracing diversity or unity, this definitely does not help. As a nation, we need to become more sensitive, compassionate, understanding, and most importantly, educated. We should get to the point where our differences really should not have to make a difference. We should be able to understand each other and get along simply because we are a human race and not simply people from different backgrounds, experiences, race, ethnicity, gender, or orientation. Allow me to share a story that I heard many years ago. And this is a story that I heard from Yolanda King, the late daughter of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. And this is a speech that she presented at a conference that I attended, which I think really makes a lot of sense about how it is that we should try to help each other and get along in our society. Once there was this boy who was able to get on a rocket to visit two different planets, two different worlds. He came to the first planet and he saw that the people were sad, malnourished, hungry, depressed, argumentative, and uncooperative. There was so much food, however, The only way for them to eat was to use these large utensils, knives, forks, and spoons. They could not reach their mouth with these utensils, and so they suffered. They could not eat, and this led to being malnourished, depressed, and deprived. As he prepared to depart this first planet, the boy felt hopeless, and with a feeling that he wished that he could have done something to help these people. He then boarded the rocket to a second planet. When he arrived, much to his surprise, he saw all the wonderful food and the same large knives, spoons, and forks, except that in this planet, the people were festive, overjoyed, they were healthy, and displayed excellent nutrition. They didn't argue, were not depressed, and most importantly, they were cooperative and they got along. The boy was so happy to see the people in this second planet. The immediate difference that he noticed in this particular planet is that the people used the long knives, forks, and spoons to feed each other as opposed to unsuccessfully trying to feed themselves. And by helping to feed each other, they were, again, cooperative, and this approach allowed them to have a much happier and more prosperous existence. Again, becoming educated and having an understanding of cultural behavioral patterns. Not everyone is the same. People behave differently. Worldviews, people have different beliefs, religions, and so on. Having this type of knowledge, understanding, and education is very powerful and can allow you, all of us, to become empowered as individuals, as a group, and make us all successful members of our society. Another area that's also important to point out is that discrimination can also take place without it having anything to do with a person's race or ethnic background. Have you ever heard about individuals being disregarded or discriminated because of their appearance, their body size, gender, the clothing that they wear, for so many reasons? How about people being discriminated against for being physically disabled instead of being considered as being differently able? Another area that is important to look at is that not all discrimination takes place between different race and ethnic groups. Did you ever consider the fact that discrimination also takes place within the same ethnic group sometimes? Being darker or lighter skinned within the same group has sparked controversy and concern and distrust within the same ethnic group. It's important to understand that not everyone is the same. Not every person from the same ethnic group is the same either. Sometimes there is also the tendency to stereotype and assume that because you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, etc., that you are a certain way. Even today, some of this ignorance still takes place. There are differences within the various ethnic groups. There are many differences involved. As a Hispanic male, I know that someone who is Hispanic from Central America or from South America or from the Caribbean, we're not all the same. Sometimes our Spanish could be different, the food that we eat, the celebrations that we have can be different, even though we are all considered Hispanic or Latinos. Not every African is from Nigeria, Ethiopia, Egypt, or South Africa. There are men, women, people that are white-skinned, but they are African from South Africa. Not every Anglo-American is Irish, Jewish, Italian, Polish, or German. Not every Asian is from China, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, or Singapore. Even in this country, the North is not the same as the South. So there are differences, and sometimes we need to understand these differences that exist. Again, we are responsible for the important and necessary changes that our society and our nation deserves. This conference is so important because it will allow you an opportunity to learn, discuss, and share important information that will impact you to be a difference maker. Every single one of you made a choice this morning, the choice to be part of this important event, and for that you should feel special, commended, and congratulated. Also, for all of the chaperones that also brought the students with you to here this morning, that's also truly special. To dedicate your time on a Saturday when you could have spent time with your family at home or doing some other activity, to take the time to bring your students here. That is so truly special. And it's a commitment that you have that is so genuine to your students. I took the opportunity to look at the various impressive topics and presentations prepared for this important event. These are important issues and concerns that are happening today in our society that directly impacts our lives as well as our relationships as a society and as a country. When you talk about immigration, citizenship, gender power and struggles, social justice, coalition, and so on, it is important to not only listen to these presentations, but to also participate and become part of the discussion. The purpose of a conference such as this one is not to fill your mind with information. The purpose is to inspire you, become directly engaged, express your thoughts and opinions, and get as much as you can from the event and this excellent opportunity, this experience. I will end my keynote remarks with a story. A concerned and passionate young man who was worried about the sad conditions of the world once asked his loving God, Lord, why is it that we have so many illnesses, plagues, hunger, violence, discrimination, so many problems in our world? Why is it that you don't use your almighty power to simply rid the world of these problems, these plagues? And his loving God responded by saying, I did do something about this. The man then looked perplexed and then asked, what did you do? I still see the same problems, the same situations. We still have so many diseases in our world. His God responded by saying, what I did is that I placed you there on earth. What purpose would it be to have a planet with so many wonderful people and not have them be responsible for the work that needs to be done? In other words, it is our responsibility to be the difference maker that we need to be to make our relationship successful and our society a better place to live for each and every one of us. Thank you again. Enjoy today's event and take with you as much as possible from your participation and experience as you embrace being united, loud, and proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. As we move into the workshops today, you will take note on the program of the rooms. If you have any trouble, UNIDAD members will be available to help you. I hope you enjoyed today, and we will see you at lunch back in the cafeteria. Thank you so much.
Yeah, mi gente, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? Look, here, what's up? Look, those are my Westchester girls. Say hi to them. Alright, look, I'm not up here to tell you guys any jokes. Give a round of applause. Come on. Yeah. Alright. I'm not up here to tell you guys any jokes, but I am here to introduce to you guys Brandon and Emily. So give them a round of applause. Let's go.
How are y'all today? My name's Brandon.
My name's Emily.
And welcome back to the second annual Diversity Day here in Norristown.
We hope you're having a good day, and thanks again to our presenters for everyone to come out and explain to UNIDAD for putting on this special event.
And we thought the end today was a celebration of music and dance. So first off,
we have Norristown Area High School Drumline.
A round of applause.
Yeah. Wow, what great beats.
Give them another round of applause, please. Great beats. All right, so up next we have the NHS step team. This group has lit it up. Yeah, give it up, give it up. This group has lit up at our pep rallies and re-energized the school. We're so glad we have Step back at NHS.
Please welcome the step team. Amazing job, steppers. Next up, we have Kenya, Van, and Joey performing a song about social justice.
Give it a round of applause for them.
Need the mic. How you doing?
How y'all doing tonight?
My name is Kenya Vaun. I'm 17 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter. Today I'm going to be performing my song, NBA, the new Black Anthem. It basically just talks about everything that's going on today, you know, as far as police brutality and all that. And the only way to stop it is to be unified. There's power in number. And I hope you like anything you got to say, Joe.
Yeah, once again, I'm Joey. Go by the artist name Joey Crakk with 2 Ks. I'm a Norristown native, also graduated from Norristown High. The song we about to do is called New Black Anthem. We decided to do it a cappella rather than with the instrumental because we wanted to be much more vocal and get our point across literally and metaphorically and not just here and let you know that it's much deeper than music and we're much more passionate about what we're about to speak about. And I'm going to leave it to Kenya to lead us.
I hope y'all like it. It's not a dream, it's not all in my head, can't seem to fall asleep. We need to face reality, cause I don't wanna keep on fighting, no. We gon' keep on trying though, and we gon' keep on wishing. We gon' make them listen, yeah, they gon' make that fire grow. Say boom, 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 boom. Gunshots to a black brother, not cool. Hands in the air, you better not move. That's all reality, it's so crazy, crazy. Not gonna stop until it's over. We gon' fight back like we're soldiers. Our reality, it's so crazy, crazy. Not gonna stop until it's over. We gon' fight back like we're soldiers.
We stand up, hands up, and they still shooting us. In the paper, on the news, even on the cameras. It's like Martin had a dream and Trayvon lost his life. Oscar Grant, Sandra Bland evidently had no rights, got no mercy for our babies. I mean, look at Tommy Rice. Hate to hear his mama cries when she trying to sleep at night. Take a look into my eyes, see the fire, see the fight. Talk to fear about my peers, taking off just like a lyric, cause we destined for greatness, ain't no space for the hating. Bonds, stronger to still, that elements can break it. Learn knowledge of self, the way nobody can take it. But who do we call when our identity mistaken? And we laid out in the streets, and the cause is not the heat, just some shells and some shots from a racist deputy. Got me thinking, what's the deal? Got me thinking it's surreal, a cold heart in a cold world, make it kinda hard to chill. Got babies missing meals, ball players, they making meals, and the best thing we get is the gesture of a nil. Not at all is it a joke, man, our situation real. Ain't no justice, man, it's just us, and that's where the imbecile, like.
Boom, 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 boom. Gunshots to a black brother, not cool. Hands in the air, you better not move. That's our reality, it's so crazy, crazy. Not gonna stop until it's over. We gon' fight back like we're soldiers. Our reality, it's so crazy, crazy. Not gonna stop until it's over. We gon' fight back like we're soldiers. Thank you.
All right, great performance. Give them another round of applause, please. Another round of applause.
Next up, we have the Westchester girls performing.
So yeah, can you guys please come up? Or was it Westchester girls? Round of applause, please.
Hi everyone. Is this on? Hello? Oh. Hey y'all! How you doing? What's poppin'? No, I was kidding. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Thaddaeus Peay. Me and my sorority sisters, we are part of Lambda, Theta, Alpha, Latin Sorority Incorporated at Pi Chapter, which is at Westchester University of Pennsylvania. We are the first and largest Latin sorority in the nation, so right now I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of stuff, but we are going to show for you guys real quick, and yeah, enjoy. All right, well, I was just, I'm gonna tell y'all, they told me to buy some time because they gotta put the phone in, so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, they know how to party. At least I know what college I'm joining.
Give them another round of applause, please. All right, so next up, our performer came home for the holidays and decided to come back and pay us a visit. Thaddaeus Peay was a huge part of our music band program here at the High. Currently, he attends Bowie State University, where he successfully made the marching band. Take it away, Thad. Give him another round of applause.
For our final performer, we have Miss Corderlia. We learned about Corderlia when she attended the North Penn's International Day. We are very excited she had time to be here.
Give him a round of applause for him. For her. Amazing performance. Another round of applause.
Yes. Well, that concludes all our programs for today.
We hope you have a nice rest of your day, and thank you for coming out to the second annual Diversity Day here at Norristown.